Man, it seems like Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes is not getting no respect around in these college football streets, man. We got a lot of media pundits thinking that Colorado's only going to get, one more victory than they had last year, or the four victories they had. It's a lot of disrespect, man, going into the second week against Nebraska. But before we get off into today's podcast, tell a friend to tell a friend. Man, it seems like Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes still ain't getting the respect that they deserve, man. After their Thursday night win against North Dakota State in their home opener against North Dakota State, man, where Colorado beat North Dakota State 31-26. A lot of people said, man, that Colorado should have blown them out. But in that game, man, they said that they saw the same problems that they had last year, even though Shedeur Sanders only got sacked one time, but there was a lot of pressure on him and he was running for his life. But, as cool as Shedeur Sanders is, man, and calm as he is in the pocket, man, it looked like he was getting that ball away faster than what he was last year and making better decisions on throwing the ball away. I think him and Pat Shermer, man, they got some kind of connection going on, man. And I just think that offense, it looked better. The run game wasn't there like people expected. They overhauled that whole offensive line. They got 5 new offensive starters. They got the big fish in Jordan Seaton. But in that game, man, Shedeur Sanders did his thing, man. He was 26 of 34 for 445 yards. He was averaging 13.1 yards, per reception. He had 4 TDs, 1 interception. And we saw the likes of what Travis Hunter could do. Offensively and defensively. Offensively, he had 7 catches, 132 yards, 3 touchdowns. His longest was 41. Also, Jimmy Horn, man, underrated Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horner had 7 receptions, 198 yards. He had a 28.3 average. He had 1 TD. He had that 69-yard touchdown. But the run game, man, just wasn't there, man. Dillion Hayden, 9 carries, 20 yards. Shedeur, as the quarterback, he had 6 rushes, 17 yards. Charlie Offerdahl, 5 carries, 15 yards. Dre'Yon Miller, 2 carries, 7 yards. And Travis Hunter had, 1 carry, 0 yards. But, they said that they should have, really beat North Dakota State bad, but they didn't. But, it was the first game of the year, man. You got to make some adjustments. I thought the defense in the second half, they prevailed. They did well, gave up that 1 scoring job, what Deion Sanders was pissed off about. So you got to tip your cap to the defense. They made the adjustments in the second half, but they still don't have no, pass rush on the quarterback. Letting the quarterback just, freely be in that pocket and get the ball away. But they made their adjustments. They made a stop when they needed, and they won the game. But a lot of people still don't respect the Colorado Buffaloes and Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders said they won, 1 game closer to, getting Miss Betsy, to that playoff that, she's highly coveted. Miss Betsy, she's the elderly statesman. She's been a Colorado fan all her life, and she cheers them on. Miss Peggy. But, I just think that Deion Sanders, they not getting no respect around here. And, the schedule is out. They coming into a big game against Nebraska. But this is what Deion Sanders had to say about the game that they played against North Dakota State. Let's listen to what he said leading up to the game against Matt Rhule in Nebraska. Let's take a listen.
To start off, great win. I think we needed it the way we achieved it, the way we obtained it. It was great. Let's make point of the second half. Defense played phenomenally well. Second half, all the kids were in shape. We didn't look like we were exhausted, tired. Thank God for our conditioning. Penalties, did a great job on that as well as the team as a whole. Specialists performed well as expected. And overall, thank God for the W. Freshman impact. Started 2 true freshmen on offense in season opener. First time in school history, Draylon and Jordan. Also, Micah, Hood specialist, was Hood and another redshirt freshman, Tajay McCoy. TV ratings, 4.8 million viewers, peaked at 5.6 million. That lets you know that our fan base is real. Our fan base is real, and whether you like it or not, you want to see it. And I'm thankful for, I feel as though we have one of the best, if not the best fan base in the country.
I agree with that.
Increase over 49% last 7 seasons. Big 12, Shador, in company with Patrick Mahomes, the last 20 years, 400-year passing yards, 4 touchdowns, back-to-back seasons. Over Jimmy Horn was phenomenal. Phenomenal. 198 yards. I'm upset that I didn't know.
Glimpse
because we'd have got him 200, but if he'd have caught the ball on that one, he probably would have had 260. I love my Jimmy, man. Everything about him. God, I love it. Travis Hunter is Travis. 131 snaps. Showed no signs of tiring. He is who he is. He is the definition of him. 31 NFL scouts, representing 19 teams on Thursday. Most scouts in attendance at CU history. And our man, Xavier Weaver, made the 53-man roster, and that's not an easy task, especially with the condition that he suffered at the conclusion of the season, man. So I'm proud of him. Let's go.
Now let's take a look at this schedule, man. Saturday, September 7th, they're at Nebraska. It's a winnable game for them. And then look at the schedule here on out. I mean, them games versus Baylor, UCF, Colorado State. I mean, they beat Colorado State last year, so they should be able to beat them again this year. UCF, that's a winnable game. The Baylor game is winnable. So there's actually, out of the next 4 opponents they got, man, they can at least get 3 out of the 4. And then they have a bye week in week 6, and then they go to K-State. That's at home, so that's going to be a good game. Then let's look at the latter half of the schedule. Now, then they come back against Cincinnati, and that's a winnable game. Then they have a bye in week 10. Texas Tech, that's going to be a dog fight. Then they got Utah. That's a winnable game. Then they got Kansas and Oklahoma State. So, I mean, that's games that they can win, but a lot of people, they're not showing no respect for Colorado. They're not showing no respect for Colorado. They don't think Colorado can pull this off and be one of the 12 teams in the playoffs. But I just think that Colorado's not getting no respect, man. And the thing about it is, you got 5, new starting offensive linemen. They protected Shador like they said they was going to do. Jordan Seaton said he was going to protect him. He was only sacked 1 time. He was hit a couple times. Some of them hits I thought, could have been some, late hits and some targeting, but they didn't call it. Defensively, they soft in the middle. Shiloh was out there looking like a crash dummy, out there. They need to bring Shiloh down in the box so he can be more effective, because as a free safety, I don't think it cuts it. He needs to be down there on the ball because he's a ball hawker and he's going to lay the wood on you. But I just think that, Colorado's not getting no respect. And Deion is disappointed because of the fact that, lack of Heisman hype for their star players after the opener. You know what I'm saying? Deion was upset about that because of the fact that what Shador Sanders did and what Travis Hunter did and Jimmy Horn. So, he's upset that, they should be in the Heisman race to start the season off, man. Just like last year, coming into last year when they beat TCU. It was all about Shador and Travis being in the Heisman race, but they performed better this game this year than they did last year. So they should, get some more clout. And like he said 31 scouts from the NFL was there. He said the fan base is going to be the fan base, but I just don't think that they getting the respect, and people are doubting Deion Sanders. They think Deion Sanders is selling wolf tickets. But I just think, man, me personally, I said they could be a 10 game win season, man. They can step it up from last year, man. I just think they're not getting respect that they deserve, and Deion feels slighted by that, man. Deion feels like he's getting no respect. But, going into Saturday, what's it going to be when they beat Nebraska? You got to wait another week, just like they did last year. They started off hot 3-0, and then they faltered. But that's what people are waiting for. They're waiting for Deion Sanders to, falter. That's what people are sticking around for, to see him falter. But I just think that, he needs to get more respect than what he's getting because, it's proven that Colorado they here and, they mean business, man. So you guys let me know what y'all think about today's podcast, man. Let me know if y'all think that Deion is, getting disrespected or he's getting the respect that he deserves. Me personally think he's getting disrespected. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces. And remember, on your way out the door, before you put your shoes on, do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Post your comments. Share the video out. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.